Hey everybody, I'm gonna take these off just because I get distracted by sights and shit. I can focus better like this. So I need to document this. This is a very serious matter that's happening, and so this is what I'm being told that again she's looking at me like she's shame on me. She's shaming on me because from her perspective, she is because I chose to speak about my dad, and there's a possibility that he could get so stressed out that he could have a heart attack. Um, and because I'm choosing not to take the video down, and because there's a possibility that he could have a heart attack from the stress that came from the video I made about me speaking just about the things that have happened recently with my dad, she is completely like wrote me off, like just I mean, pretty much writing. Yeah, she's told me to leave, and like pretty much like all my shit that I leave here is gonna be gone. Um, like no shame, like she's shaming me. It's just crazy though. I mean, for me, it's crazy because I could easily turn that back on them and be like, yesterday, you just left me down here alone in the basement without giving me any money for marijuana, knowing how suicidal I've been. And as you leave, you tell me you don't care twice, and then you slam the fucking door. And I don't hear from anybody or anything. And it's like, that could have easily triggered somebody who's in a weaker state of mind to fucking kill themselves. I can't tell you how many times they've been fucking mean to me and not shown any love and choosing to focus on little things like this. Like she brought up the pills that I stole from her. Yes, and I've been honest with that. When I was a pill addict years ago, I stole a lot of OxyContin from my mother. I've been open about this multiple times online. It's been a while, but just to reiterate that I have not been the best son. I've done a lot of fucked up things. A lot of fucked up things. And I still do things. But in this instance, I feel like I'm in the right. I don't feel wrong in my heart. I feel like I'm okay. Because I know what I'm speaking about isn't to hurt my father, isn't to make fun of him, isn't to make him look mean, isn't to get me views or anything like that. I'm just being absolutely honest and real. And the intention is for us to grow better as a family. And our family has not been all good and kosher and cool. Like, there's been a lot of fucked up things that have happened, which is okay. I mean, that's part of life, you know. But one of the biggest issues I've had with my family is the lack of good communication, is the lack of being real, is just the passive aggressiveness. It's really dangerous because people explode. Like what my mom's doing right now, she's like, you know, it's just this, I've never seen her look at me the way she's looked at me, dude. And all because I wanted to speak about my life and my father and my family and what's going on. And my dad's got paranoia issues that go back years ago for something I don't even know. I have no idea, but he's paranoid as shit. You know, and there's a quote in the Bible about a paranoid mind is already a corrupted mind, something like that. I don't know if that wasn't verbatim, but because it is. Like, if you've really got nothing to hide, like, it's you all good and you got nothing to hide. Like, I don't have anything to hide. I don't know what my dad has to hide. I don't know. He did something to somebody. I mean, he thinks people are still looking for him. I mean, you know, how is me even speaking about my dad gonna make it, like, if they're gonna, like, how is that gonna make him more found? Like, is me just speaking about an emotional matter gonna put some red flag out to where they're gonna be able to find my dad that much quicker? It doesn't even make sense. Like, you know, I mean, now that I think about it, like, yeah, logistically, it doesn't even make sense why he would be paranoid. Like, he's got people looking for him or something, but okay, if that's the case, then, I mean, like, so, I mean, I just don't, how is me and my little channel, like, putting him in danger? I don't get it. And it's like, you know, what's the issue, first of all? That's another fucking thing. Like, why is he so paranoid? Like, you know, I mean, did he really do something? Like, that's not good if he fucking did. I mean, it sounds like he did something bad. Like, I don't know. Like, why else would you be so paranoid? It's kind of weird, to be honest with you. But that's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I'm just being honest myself. So now because he did something fucked up in his past, I now have to fucking keep my mouth shut about everything? That's not fair. That's not right. Isn't that kind of cruel? You did something fucked up in your past and now you have to make your family fucking shut their mouths on everything? Like, It just doesn't make sense, you know. I think ultimately though it's because I'm putting my dad in an uncomfortable position, and he's a very shy individual that has a problem with truth, and I think West Point kind of fucked his head up in a lot of ways. So even though this hurts right now, I'm hoping that from this we will learn to be truthful with each other and to be able to express our emotions in a way that's not so explosive, because this is the thing with passive aggressiveness. People, like, I can't tell you how many times we say we're okay here in this family and everything's fine when we're really not fine. Like, it's really a fucked up, insecure, neurotic, emotional fucking mess around here a lot of the times. It has been that, and we pretend like we're okay, you know. And I want more than anything for my family to be happy and loving for each other. I really do. And I know sometimes though, as again, as a leader, you have to do things that need to be done, but people don't want to be done. And I think this is one of them. I know it is. It's not right what they're doing. A good human being would never fucking, censor their son from speaking about family matters with an intent to help grow. Because that's all it is to help grow in a good way. I'm not making fun of him. I'm not insulting him. I'm not trying to get him found or anything like that. I'm trying to help starving children and save this world. And so I'm trying to help take care of my family or take care of, like, in an emotional sense, yeah, the overall feng shui of our family. As I think every family member should have a good concerned role in how their family operates. I don't like the way our family operates. I haven't liked it. That's part of the reason why I've always wanted to leave, because the way they do shit doesn't fucking... I don't like it. Like, it's just not me, you know? So now they're telling me that if... anyways. But just that, like, from that standpoint, like, I could easily throw it back in their face, because they're saying that, oh, because you did this and this, he could die from this and that. The same thing is true. Like, I'm suicidal, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not really anymore, but I was in a very suicidal state. And it's like, you guys being mean to somebody when they're in a suicidal state, it's common sense that could push somebody over. So I could throw them right back in their face. I could say you guys being mean to me could cause me to relapse, which could kill somebody, and that's a very real fucking truth. But because I'm fortunate enough to reach a spot in my recovery to where I really don't want to use anymore. But I'm also aware of, like, part of the problem with me and using has to do with being around people like this. And being treated like this, like, I literally, to where I can't even just be truthful. That's all I'm doing here, is just speaking the absolute truth. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm not saying anything mean. I'm just being truthful, absolutely truthful. And that is not allowed here, I guess. So I'm gonna have to leave. It's just too much. Even if they, like, my mom doesn't want it, and then she tries to hold that on me. She says, you have no idea what it's like to see your son living in misery all the time. And I'm like, you realize what you're saying? You're complaining about how hard it is to see somebody else in pain. Like, I'm just being real with you, Mom. If you happen to see this, like, you gotta think from, like, that's kind of nuts. Like, okay, yeah, that's harsh that you have to see, your son in pain, but he's the one in the hardcore pain. Like, try to imagine what it's like for him. You ever do that? It's like, he's the one who's fucking can't even get his shit together to where he can't get fucked up. He's got to get fucked up every day. Like, there's something going on inside your son that's causing him to live a life that's just self-destructive. Every single day, all the time. It's been hell. It's been tormenting. It's been a battle in my fucking head. But through the internet, and she's talking about the internet kills, and I'm like, it can, but it can also heal. Because without 13th Son and what he done on YouTube, I'd be a dead motherfucker. So again, that's how I know she's sick, because she's continuing to focus on the negative. Continuing to focus on the negative. It's not balanced. That's not healthy. That's not harmonious. And that's not wise. And my dad can do the same fucking thing. He flips out crazier than everybody. Like, it's... I used to have to literally get in front of my mom because he would be screaming at her for so long, for hours as a kid. We would listen to them argue, yelling, screaming at each other. And finally, once I got a little bit bigger and older, I was like, enough of this shit. And I would stand right in front of my mom because he would not back off. He would continue to yell. He would continue to scream. He would continue to fight. To where I can't take it anymore. So I would just stand in front of my mother and tell him to leave. and like she would allow it, and eventually like that's part of the reason why they stopped fighting so much, because eventually I would just do that every time they start fighting, because like this ain't helping. I don't know what the hell's going on. I have no idea what you're fighting about, but this reaction with this situation, this exchange is toxic as fuck. It's not solving anything, it's not healing anything, it's not good for anybody, and I'm done listening to it. It's horrible for us as your children to hear you guys, our parents, fighting like this. So anyways, man, alright, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.